Tucked into a cozy corner just outside the walls of Jerusalem's Old City is Eucalyptus. We visited the restaurant ahead of Thanksgiving to taste a biblical twist on the quintessentially American holiday. Hi! Hi! How's it going? I'm Shir. Wow, it smells amazing in here.
Do you remember Bet HaMikdash?
I do. Oh!
So maybe we'll do it later.
Okay.
This is Shalom.
Hi!
And Charbel. Michal. So we are going to cook Thanksgiving turkey, but a special one with the biblical and Iraqi spices. It's the same. So it will be cinnamon, all Shivat Aminim, 7 species, wheat that will be our stuffing, a burgul wheat, almond that are not in the 7 species and are very in the 7 species. Maybe I will tell you the story one day. Grapes, olives, it will be olive oil, wine, figs, pomegranate and dates. They will be all either in the stuffing or coating the beard. And for dessert, we are going to prepare, Sherbel preparing the queens, the turkey, and we are going to stuff it with something that you know as frike. Unfortunately, you don't know that it's called in the Bible Carmel, Geres Kali Carmel. It's as it's explained already in the Mikra, in the Bible, that it's Aviv Kalui Ba'esh. Spring, it's not only the season, it's also fresh wheat, green wheat. Silan will be on top. Others like almond that are not really and are very really in Shivat Aminim will be here, and caramelized onion.
You moved to Israel from Iraq with your family as a baby, and while growing up in an Iraqi home as an Israeli, can you tell me a little bit about what growing up in that sort of household was like and how your family made sure that you grew up to maintain your connection to your roots?
I don't know if they thought about it, because the idea of my parents were, we are now Israelis. Forget all about Iraq. We are here. So they didn't talk to me Arabic. I learned Arabic later on. I can read and write and use it beautifully, but not exactly the Iraqi Arabic that they were like putting on the side. The food in the 50s, it was a very needy time, were more something that my mom will improvise from what she can get. But the tibit, the chamin of Shabbat will be always very Iraqi till now. Even my grandchildren, the great-grandchildren of my mom, and she's still doing for them this tibit. And it's always with special spices, because we don't tell anybody that it's cinnamon. It's a secret spice from the Bet HaMikdash.
Absolutely, secret.
But it's mentioned there also. You know, cinnamon is one of the 11 spices of the Ketoret. So if you come closer and you want to do it yourself,
Absolutely, I
well,
do.
we'll do it together.
All right.
Shtayim, shalosh.
How do you get used to that? Oh.
This is the dry frike,
Nice.
and you can taste and
Oh
smell.
my
You can
goodness,
smell
yeah.
the smoke. So it was done
Also
in
definitely.
the early
With the
spring,
cinnamon.
around Lag BaOmer, but it still smells smoky and it's green. So caramel, Onkelos is explaining that caramel is carmelade, like a full pillow. When it's dry, it's almost dry because when you're taking it to the fire, it's still green. Then you dry it in the sun outside, and when you break the seeds, it's
Now,
Guinness
when you say like ricotta cheese, do you mean in texture or taste or both?
Both. It's also even in the taste. So it's explained also the chapter. I think it's the in Tehillim that says "Chelev chitim al itenu, asbi'enu." So milk of wheat. So this is the milk of wheat.
Uh-huh. So it's as close as vegans can really get to dairy.
Yes. Okay.
And you just keep packing it in right now.
Shir, you want to massage it?
Absolutely. There's
I'll
nothing
get-
I
I'll
would
get
love
some
more
gloves for
in
you.
this
Hold
life
You can
than
do it
massaging
with bare
that turkey.
hands. It's not like chicken. אין פחד בזה.
I'll wash my hands. It's
Yeah.
fine. So we're just massaging it in. Oh, that's a really fun texture. Okay. That is wonderful. So,
Just to be on the safe side, don't lick your fingers
oh,
after
absolutely.
that.
You
Because
ruined all
Michal
my
will
plans.
kill you.
Yeah.
I don't think that there is anything to fear from turkey. But, if it will be chicken, yes.
So you named your restaurant Eucalyptus after an experience you had as a child when you planted a eucalyptus tree in the backyard, right?
Yes, I planted this eucalyptus in our backyard.
Mhm.
And when we opened the restaurant, it was a sort of coincidence. The lady that took the first order of soft asked my brother Yaakov under what name to write the invoice. And he was looking at the tree and thinking, me or him, and she said, eucalyptus. And he said, why not?
Oh, I see.
כאן.
This one locked.
עם הדחיפה האחרונה.
Boom.
יופי.
She's it. Oh my goodness, it looks beautiful. Oh my God. She looks amazing.
So we let it rest,
Mm-hmm.
and then we will cut and test.
And the rest is for me. So your cookbook. If someone were to only pick one recipe to make, which one would you want it to be and why?
Believe me or not, shakshuka. I love shakshuka. I'm eating almost every day shakshuka. In different things, I make also green shakshuka.
What's your favorite food?
A lamb, like here I'm eating from the turkey. So I will eat ribeye, and then in the end of the night I will come to the window and say, guys, where is my lamb? And I will start to laugh and say, chef, they're taking care of my diet. You already have your dinner. Speak. Guys, I cannot go to sleep without a piece of lamb. I must have a lamb. Lamb is,
It's a good policy.
it's like, really now I found also that it's the healthiest meat that you can find.
Do you have a guilty pleasure in food? Is there a junk food you just like to eat?
Yes, I'm trying to avoid sugars and one that it's not people will think, because I'm eating a lot of chocolate, but it's very dark chocolate, 90 or 100. This is very healthy, no guilty, no any guilt. But I love ice cream.
What's your
Back in
favorite
the
flavor?
years, I can have, and it's my favorite, is vanilla. Because when I was child in this Iraqi house, every Shabbat we will do ice cream. And just imagine, there was no electricity in our house. So how do you make ice cream without electricity? The refrigerator was an ice box. The ice monger will come every day with this green truck with a bell, kerach, 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 and you'll come and we'll ask for a quarter or half or third, and they will break it for you in the same, something like screwdriver, and you put it in this box, refrigerator, it was, and you put the stuff inside. To make ice cream, it's amazing patent. It's divine. There is a bucket, wood bucket, and another container, a metal container, and it's a system that you roll it, and so you put ice cream and salt. This is the secret. Salt and ice cream, when you move it, you can get minus 20 Celsius. So anything can turn to ice. So you put inside milk with mastica. Mastica, it's something that I'm using here in my kitchen, especially for the dessert. Mastica is the tears of the pistachio tree, the wild pistachio, elata mastic. זה הדמעות שלה. And it's a resin, a sap, a very expensive one, but you can find it sometimes in our mountains. So they will add mastica to the milk, sugar, and sahlab. Sahlab is orchid, but not the tropical orchid. They use now, it's very protected. We used to get it from Turkey. And or vanilla, because the sahlab, in a way, very close to vanilla. And my job will be to sit and to roll it, so it will move and spin the container surrounded with the ice. This is the best of the best of the best vanilla ice cream. By the years, when I'm buying my ice cream, it's very close to this vanilla ice cream that we used to have at home. If there is a guilt, or it will be this one. And always, by the way, when you're eating poultry, eat the skin, especially because we are investing plenty in giving this taste on this, but it's also healthy.
Ooh, what kind of mushrooms are these, by the way?
It's a mixture of button mushrooms and frike. Frike is the real reason, or caramel in the Bible, for the bonfire in Lag BaOmer. They used to harvest the wheat when it's still green. The first day of Pesach, they will bring the Omer to the temple, and it will be barley. The barley is always earlier than wheat in like 2 months. And this is the 7 weeks that we are counting from Pesach to Shavuot. And we are starting to behave in a modest way. We are praying to God, please keep the wheat. Wheat is חיים. אם אין קמח, אין תורה, תורה חיים. So they will behave and pray and count every day because they are from desperation to hope. Because all these days the hair or the sheep of the wheat is still empty, it's like flour. So, and this is the most dangerous season. We are stopping praying for rain because it's dangerous. If it will rain will hit the wheat, it will be destroyed. Locust coming in this season, fire, enemies that can come with herd of sheep and eat it. And also, if there is a eastern wind, it's very hot. It will dry it when it's still empty, and it's called, there is a biblical termination, shidaphon. So, for all of this, people are praying, and by the time, by mistake, it became like a morning when it was just a time of being modest or ta'anit, between ta'anit and Evel. In Lag BaOmer is the turning point because the flour of the wheat will start to be full, and there is the grain starting to be like in like cheese that I mentioned, ricotta inside. And this is the time that you can start eat it green or toast it on fire. And this is the idea. And the idea goes back to really very old times when this caveman that was foraging for his food, that will be some roots, found a field with green wheat when still, and start to eat it, and kept it in a secret. He will go hiding from his family and having this delicious gluten. One day, approaching the field, a lightning was hitting the ground and it was all burnt, and he started to scream and cry. But slowly the flames calmed down, and there is a beautiful smell of wheat, of bread. It's the first time that human being was smelling bread or processed wheat. And he took it, separate the grains. When you make this movement in Arabic, it's called frike, so they call it frike. We call it carmel. Onkelos explaining that carmel is kar maleh, a full pillow, because a few days before it was empty. Now it's full, and it's mentioned plenty times in the Bible. Young David going to take away for his brother. He's taking Carmel, Kali, and then he's killing Goliath. I told you about Abigail, but earlier in the Chumash, in the Torah, it's mentioned again and again around Pesach and around Geresh Kali וכרמל לא תאכל עד עצם היום הזה, and etc. So, and this is what we are doing at the Eucalyptus. Reviving these foods. By the way, I was knighted by the Italian President Napolitano, as Cavaliere della Repubblica for reviving the biblical cuisine. And I will show you later on what President Perez wrote in our guest book. He wrote something like, the Eucalyptus restaurant is not only serving delicious and original food, they are feeding the eaters with chapters of the Bible. This is my first time that I have the chance to eat the Bible, not only reading it, and I find it terrifically tasty. With sweet thanks, Shimon Peres. So it's tart cherries, instead of cranberries.
And on the like the inside, the stuffing. The stuffing just has such a unique combination of flavors because I'm getting the sweetness and I'm getting these little tart bursts from the pomegranate seeds and crispiness from the almonds. It's really just wonderful. Now, and you can taste the cardamom and the cinnamon and everything we mixed in there. I just want to know, do you just like, at no point were measurements ever used throughout the course of the day? Do you just know them all? I always say when I'm cooking that I
And
never
you are
need
not
to
measuring.
use, yes, I never need to use measurements because the voices of those who came before me are telling me when to stop.
Wow. I'm saying it in different way. I'm saying that when I'm cooking, and I experience it with a lot of other people, especially grandmothers, I found that different senses that making the same thing, and oh, I like it. You know, it's the first time that we are doing it in this way.
Wow.
The idea came when Mark and the editor asked me to make, if I want to make a Thanksgiving turkey for, and I said yes, but I want to make it in Eretz Israeli style. And the first thing was to use Iraqi spices of the Tibet and frike or burgul. I was, till the last moment, I was in between this or this. And l'chaim. So it's happened to me when I was cooking tomato soup with mint, Iraqi soup that's served with kuba, and we'll call it either na'na'i, from the na'na that there is there, mint, or sumi, because we're using for that garlic, but the best is green garlic in the spring. It's a spring dish. You know, the combination of the tart cherries with the meat.
I'm very big on sweet and salty and different combinations like that. It's truly one of my favorite types of combinations for food.
And this is the voices.
Absolutely.
Because this is the Iraqi voices. I was cooking this tomato soup with mint, and you have to balance this soup, to balance between the sugar, the sweetness, and the lemon. It should be sweet and sour, but very balanced. Now, when I'm cooking, I'm always testing, adding, testing, and adding, and testing, and adding. And my mom will kid me and say, I'm not testing anything. And one day, I was adding a really big quantity of sugar, and without testing, I was adding another handful of, and they say, hey, Moshe, where are you? And I say, you have to be here. You are cooking, you are not in the beach. I was like, okay, but it was good. You're hearing the voices, and I'm smelling the aroma. You know, if I will give you a cup of coffee now, 2 glasses, one with sugar, one without, everybody that will say that he don't know, but when he will smell both, he will say the sugar is here. It's easy. So you're sniffing it, it goes to this eye that we have here, and it's telling your palm, add so and so. It's not in grams, not in ounces, but it's the divine, precise quantity. You add it, it's need more, you add more. So just remember that there is all these mothers and grandmothers. It could be fasting, vegetarian. My sister-in-law, Yardena, She don't eat garlic or onion. She's cooking for us with a garlic and onion, and it's delicious because without knowing, it works. And maybe both the voices. Now I will adapt your idea. It's beautiful. I like it so much.
I'm gonna ask you some rapid fire questions. Like we're kind of just gonna do like quick ones. You know, you're gonna say the first thing that comes to your head. All right? Who's the best cook you know? Who's the best chef you know?
So I will say Joel Robuchon. Joel Robuchon passed away. So no, I will not insult anybody.
Okay.
But I must add Chef Shalom Kadosh. Chef Shalom Kadosh in Israel, he's not only the best chef, because today there is a lot of TV chefs and so and so, but the one that established really the Israeli cuisine and pushed it up and exposed it to the world. And he brought Joel Robuchon to my restaurant and to Israel to cook amazing dinner, a charity dinner for NYL. It was on that time like to pay $1,500 for a meal was something that was. But there was Joel Robuchon on that time with like 27 Michelin stars, the Droguereau brothers, Jean-Louis Paladin, bless his soul, and other chefs, I cannot remember all of them, that came to cook for King David, for 3,000 years for King David. The one that had the crazy idea to bring all these chefs from all around the world was Shalom Kadosh. So I can say absolutely, Shalom Kadosh is like the chef, my favorite chef.
What's a dish that to you tastes the most like Jerusalem?
First thing coming, Meorav Yerushalmi.
Hell yeah. I mean, I absolutely, the most classic.
And I wrote a story, we have to translate it to English, how the Meorav Yerushalmi started. He was born to Meorav Yerushalmi. It wasn't the reality when I grew up. And I remember when I was officer in the Golani, and Yitzhaki Aberfeld, my sergeant, took me, said, no, you must test this thing, to Stekiyat Chatzot, to eat Meorav Yerushalmi. By the years, when I was running as a volunteer this soup kitchen, Karmei Ir, in Agrippas, I wrote a story for Yom Yerushalayim about how these two brothers invent the Meorav Yerushalmi.
If you had to pick your last meal, what would it be?
I bet it will be a big meal. And I'm not smoking, and I will get a cigarette at the end, because one in 2 or 3 years I'm having a cigarette when it's really a good meal, good company. And then with the dessert, that will be a coffee before and a coffee after, I will have a cigarette. So it will be, I think it will be, if I'll take the main course, it will be stuffed lamb. Stuffed lamb, sort of Tibet stuffing. Tibet is this Iraqi chulent or chamin with these spices that we used here.
You really have like a personal connection with your customers.
Yes, it's a big restaurant. Now it's a wartime, there is no really, it's not crowded as in normal days, but it's I think it's because I have good memory.
Okay, last question. Are you ready for this?
Mukhan tamid.
Okay. A wise rat once said, anyone can cook. Do you believe that?
Yes. Some will cook very bad food, but everyone is an artist. I think that everyone could cook. It's no excuse, I don't know, I can. But yet, it's an art. Moses, was the favorite of Kadosh Baruch Hu, and he's giving him all the knowledge on the wisdom. When it comes to art, the tools of the Mikdash or the Mishkan, the Lord saying to Moshe, everything will be passing through you, but the software of the design, I already inserted, downloaded mind of Betzalel ben Huri ben Uriah Kohen. So he have already the plans. So let him do it. So everyone can cook, but not everyone can cook the same. You need voices, you need senses, and you need, the most important is memory, because you cannot have the voices if you don't have memory of these voices. And I have the memories that I can somewhere compare the taste and see. And it's a gift. Good memory. I remember faces, situations, can tell you sometimes where you were sitting when you came first time, not always, and with whom. And I'm proud in this gift. I feel lucky.
Now, my real last question is, do you have a box big enough for all of this for me to take home?
We can try. It's okay, it's okay. So we need your help, everybody here, counting with us. Really very, very loud from 1 to 7 when I will tell you. Remember, I will need one more volunteer to wash the dishes. It will be the one that I cannot hear him. יד ימין, ניקח יד ימין שלך, יד ימין. And 7 times like that when they will count for us. Very good wish. We will feel. Okay, can I get 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very good wish. Hold it here. Don't touch it, it's burning. Huh? Wow. Hallelujah. Wow. It's a great honor to have these two gentlemen here today with me. Wow. תודה רבה.
Oh wait, I'll let you guys
Want another one?
Yeah. Okay, one more.
and then he and I will get like the
Pretend that you did it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look what I did.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so much for everything.
Sir, and if you want to be in the photo.